Rogerson up against Bert Gulroy. Into Mai. Clever. Sakai. What about this for Auckland? An own goal. Hiroki Sakai, the architect. Harry van der Saag, the unfortunate culprit for the Roar. And less than 8 minutes into their professional life, Auckland FC are on the board. They lead at 1-0.
Bouncing. He started the move, Sakai, gets knocked down, gets back up. Rogerson waits, buys time, and then it's a lovely ball from Guillermo Mai, brings Sakai into the game, and then this is all about pressure. It's a driven ball by Sakai across the back of the Brisbane Roar defence, and then nothing really that could happen apart from turning that ball into his own goal. What a start. I think that was the opportunity where Gillian needed to be selfish. Probably should have.
Here's De Vries, here's Rogerson! De Vries the provider. Rogerson with the finish, and didn't he love that, the hometown boy? Logan Rogerson.
Could have been shipping goals this afternoon. Again down the left-hand side, so profitable in terms of creating chances, and this time Logan Rogerson there to tap it into the back post. It's a cool finish, Piney. It has to be accurate. He sneaks it inside the upright, no chance for Macklin Freak. Wheels away to take in the moment.
Finds space on the left for the City captain, as is Bajic, making his 100th appearance for Melbourne City today. Ball to the back post, the header back across, Tilio's there, and a goal! With just 1 minute and 40 on the clock, and the Jets have been grounded immediately. It's City with their first goal of the new campaign. We were wondering where the goals would come from. No Tolgay Arslan, no Jamie McLaren. Well, Marco Tilio with his first of the campaign.
Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, you'll see it's just too easy for Aziz Bajic down that left-hand side. Unopposed header comes back in. And it's calamitous defending again, it must be said, from the Newcastle Jets. See here, too much time and space. And then the header back across. 3 or 4 gold shirts there. And it's Marco Tilio who reacts quickest to the deflection. After the initial header went in, and Ryan Scott can't get out quick enough to smother. And it's the dream start for Melbourne City. And the home crowd is silenced.
That's 6'5", John Taywalk, signed on loan from John Book Motors. Offside here against Klimala, big chance for Joe Lolly, needs to set himself, scores! In the corner, his first goal in the derby. And look what that means to the travelling Sky Blue fans. Sydney in front on 16 minutes.
John Taywalk let the team down. The ball should have been cleared before the restart. And then on the Harvey Norman replay, Sydney just bouncing the ball one to the other. Klimala to Lolly, still with players around him and the ball not settling. The Wanderers' defence just hesitated, and it was a fatal hesitation.
Well, the Wanderers can't say that they weren't warned with the intervention. Costa's layoff was not the best. Here's Kraev. And Kraev again. And Borello, surely, Hammonds! This time, he's had 2 sighters. But he buries that one, and the Wanderers are all square. Aidan Hammonds.
Deserved a goal. They might have had one on the cusp of half-time. But on the Harvey Norman replay, we see that correction is now made by Hammond. But it's great poise in the attack. Kraev does beautifully just to stall things, to suck in a couple of players. Look at the poise, look at the time he takes, and then rolls the ball on. Little fortuitous there, perhaps, as the ball falls to Hammond. But it's a really assured finish after fluffing his lines at the end of the first half.
And both marquee men now on the field. Played against each other before, by the way, in the UEFA Champions League in 2012. Headed on, oh, it's 2-1 Sydney FC! In the blink of an eye, Patrick Klimala, who had a penalty appeal turned down some minutes ago, has stolen in ahead of the defence.
Costa touches on the Harvey Norman replay, whips in a wicked ball, and the deflection, or the helping on first, really threw the cat amongst the pigeons. And then it's Klimala, who's just hovering by instinct, as all great strikers do, to glance the ball past Vidakovic. And almost as soon as the Wanderers have clawed their way back level, Sydney skip clear again.
Sebastian Pasquale is the first man booked in this game. Free kick taken quickly by Wellington. Back across goal, and it goes from Costa Barbarouses. In the shadows of half-time, Costa Barbarouses for the first time scores against Western United. Goal number 94 in the A-League men's, and Wellington will have a 1-0 half-time lead.
Well, Sutton's not happy, and he's got every reason to be. The defending, not what John Aloisi would want to see. A manageable situation from a set piece. Alex Rufford does well though, Piney. Recycles this one back in to a centre area, and Costa Barbarouses hovering, waiting.
Very congested down here as Western United look for some space. Lovely turn by Thurgate. Pokes it into the path of Bodic. Noah Bodic pulls it back. Missed by Laval. Thurgate! Angus Thurgate squares the ledger for Western United. Energy personified from Angus Thurgate. He beats Olewayemi with a bullet. A level.
Well, they were set, but it became complacent from the Wellington Phoenix. Thurgate started it, found Bodic, and then the second time of asking after Laval had a swing, Thurgate connects sweetly, and that is into Olewayemi's bottom corner. Western United stayed in the fight.
Jakalic with pushing forward on the overlap. He threads it through instead. Brave goalkeeping by Ollie Sale to deny MacArthur the opening goal. Oh, and then given away by Luke Bodnar. Suicide for Perth Glory, and they've been made to pay cash as Jed Drew opens his account and the Bulls for the season in the 7th minute, and Perth only have themselves to blame.
And after what was an initial really good save on the Harvey Norman replay by Ollie Sale, he made himself big, closed down the angle. This is just poor in the middle of the park from Perth. And the pass back to a completely unmarked Valère Germain, and it's easy pickings for Jed Drew.
Well, Luke Bodnar just didn't look, and Jake Holman, looking to get back involved in the play, said thank you very much, squared it up, and Jed Drew did the rest. And that, sadly, was rather indicative of Perth's. Away goes Jed Drew, already with a goal to his name. He's got past Lisaleshki, and the square up is tucked away beautifully by Jake Holman. Rolls reverse from the opening goal. Drew the provider this time. Jake Holman tucks it away, and MacArthur are too clear. We've not yet played 10 minutes.
And a handy bit of work on the Harvey Norman replay from Jed Drew. Backs himself, he's rapid, but this cutback is excellent. Again, defensively, a little poor from Perth. They're just standing watching. But the late run into the box there from Jake Holman is excellent. Returns the favour. Applauds himself for the finish. But a really well-created goal for the Bulls.
It's been a decent weekend for the Holman family. Brother Corey, a winner in the derby last night. And it pops for Adamson. And there's room here for Jakalic. On the first touch wasn't the best. Still, he's managed to burrow his way through. And still, Jakalic, and still... and fired in the end by Thomas Lamoskok. And Perth have cracked again. Jakalic, the architect. They tried to stop him, not once, not twice, but maybe 3 times.
At the moment, MacArthur On the Harvey Norman replay, the ball back out to Yakalish. He made it a little tricky for himself on his second touch, but then he puts in the hard work here. Beats one, beats two. This little give and go, really neat. Does get the shot away. Ollie Sale, well, not for the first time this afternoon, has done well for his side, but there's nothing he can do about that finish. And as Cook, you can see what it means to him as well. Not a regular goal scorer, but limbs everywhere. And ultimately the ball in the back of the net for the third time this afternoon.
Quickly taken free kick. Holman away. Threads it through. Yakalish. Marin Yakalish, oh, it's a great goal. And it's 4. That is a wonderful strike from Marin Yakalish, who further endears himself to the bullpen after scoring the winner in the Australia Cup final. Ollie Sale beaten again.
Well, that is just pretty to watch. On the Harvey Norman replay, this ball from Jake Holman again, he's got an eye, slips through the defence. And that is beautiful from Marin Yakalish. The touch inside, the little glance up, the curl on the shot, and it nestles into the side netting. The Bulls are 4 to the good. What a finish.
It's the first half stoppage time. And MacArthur going on the hunt for more goals, and Yakalish is away. Can he finish? He can. 2 for Marin Yakalish, 5 for MacArthur, as they equal the biggest margin between two teams at half-time in A-League history. A quite extraordinary first 45 minutes for the Bulls.
On the Harvey Norman replay, Perth has been absolutely flawed in this first half. It's 5 goals, it's a 5-star performance, and Jake Holman again the architect in build-up to this play. Neatly done by Yakalish. Coolly taken, composed on the ball, picks his spot. Nestles into the back of the net.
Here they go in search of more, and Perth are stretched. Jed Drew squaring it up, but it's behind Valère Germain, who would no doubt love to join in on the scoring act. He might do now, he has. Valère Germain from Yakalish's cross. 6 of the best for the Bulls, right on the hour mark. And Ollie Sale cannot take a trick.
The pass on the Harvey Norman replay behind the run of Valère Germain, but they haven't given up on the play, and again, once more, it's Marin Yakalish. This has to be dealt with by Perth. Poor defending, and when you've got someone with the quality experience of Valère Germain ghosted in to the back post, what's easy?
Well, you got 3 defenders there, basically stood in line like statues against one of the best strikers in the league. And all Yakalish had to do was pick him out. Too easy.
Yeah, far too easy on a platter there.
We understand it's going to be Marin Yakalish who's going to be denied the chance of a hat-trick. Here's Taggart. And the ball is looped over and in for Perth Glory. They are finally on the boards. And it's the 3rd time it's flown past Philip Curto. At this time, it does count. And their first goal of the campaign arrives.
On the Harvey Norman replay again, and Taggart working hard in that final third. Ultimately, what was a little of an awkward shot spilled over the top of Curto.